Hello everyone, welcome to Dynamic Study. This is class number 18 on important autobiographical works in English literature. I have already made 2 videos on that. This is the third part of the video. We have been discussing some important autobiographical works. We have already talked about 12 such works, and today we will discuss some more. I hope this video will also be very interesting for all of you. Okay, so let's begin. Under the Volcano, published in 1947. This is an autobiographical novel written by Malcolm Lowry, and it is Lowry's second and last complete novel. The important thing is that Under the Volcano was influenced by Marlowe's famous play Dr. Faustus. It tells the story of an alcoholic British consul in a small Mexican town. Geoffrey Firmin is the name of the protagonist, and he is the British consul here. Okay. This work is also important because it has a lot of allusions to some famous works like La Fleur du Mal by Baudelaire, Dante's Divine Comedy, etc. So this is an autobiographical novel by Malcolm Lowry. Okay. The next one, Alastor or the Spirit of Solitude, published in 1816. This is an autobiographical poem written by Percy Bysshe Shelley. It is 720 lines long. Okay, and this poem also has allusions to Wordsworth's two important poems, The Excursion and Immortality Ode. Right. Alastor is about the life of a poet who decides to pursue the most obscure part of nature and goes to the Caucasus mountain. In this poem we find a lot of supernatural elements. Okay, the title Alastor is suggested by Thomas Love Peacock, and the epigraph of the poem is taken from St. Augustine's Confessions. So these are some important details related to the poem Alastor. We move on to next, Inferno, published in 1898. This is not Dante's Inferno. Okay, this is an autobiographical novel written by August Strindberg. It was originally written in French, and later it was published in English in 1912. So in 1898 it was first published in French. Right. This novel is about Strindberg's life in Paris and his obsessions like alchemy, occultism, etc. And this novel has a very peculiar structure. It is divided into 100 short sections with different titles. So these are not exactly chapters, but some sections with different titles, 100 short sections. And for this kind of structure, it is better to call Inferno as a collection of prose poetry rather than a novel. Okay, so this is actually a collection of prose poetry written by August Strindberg. Right. The next important autobiography is The Longest Journey, published in 1907. This is an autobiographical novel written by E.M. Forster, Edward Morgan Foster, and it is a Bildungsroman. Okay. The important thing is that this is the only novel of Foster which does not have any film adaptation or television adaptation. This is the single novel which has not received any kind of adaptations. Okay, and this is the second of 6 novels of Foster. The protagonist is a Cambridge student named Ricky Elliott. Okay, The Longest Journey. The next important autobiography is The Cat Inside. It is an autobiographical novella written by William S. Burroughs. The illustrations were made by Brian Gissing. This is a very peculiar story. William S. Burroughs is actually a lover of cats, and in this book he talks about his experiences of dealing with so many different types of cats. That's why it is titled as The Cat Insect. Okay. The next one is A Moon for the Misbegotten, published in 1957. This is an autobiographical play written by Eugene O'Neill. Eugene O'Neill has also written another play, Long Day's Journey into Night, and this play is a sequel to that. Okay. The setting of the play is in a dilapidated house at Connecticut in early September of 1923. And the character of Jim Tyrone is actually based on Eugene's own elder brother, Jamie O'Neill. This is an autobiographical touch in the play. Okay. A Moon for the Misbegotten. The next one is Tonio Kreuzer, published in 1903. This is a German novella, autobiographical novella written by Thomas Mann. It was translated into English by Helen Tracy Low Porter. It is about an artist who is exiled from reality. Tonio Kreuzer. Next is Miracle of the Rose, published in 1946. It was written by Jean Genet. It is an autobiographical novel written in French. The French title was Miracle de la Rose. Okay. This novel talks about Genet's experiences as a detainee in Maitre Penal Colony and his experiences at Fontevraud prison. So it talks about his imprisoned life. Okay. And as a detainee in Maitre Penal Colony, Genet feels some homosexual desires for other detainees. So it also has some erotic elements, and it was translated into English by Bernard Frechtman. Okay. So here our today's class ends. Thank you very much. Keep on watching Dynamic Study. Keep on learning. Please like this video, share this video with your friends, and also please put your views in the comment section. We will meet very soon in our next class. Have a nice day. Bye bye.